Hey, what's up, everyone? This is David Greenspan, and you are listening to the MindShare podcast. This is a co-branded episode with the Massive Agent podcast with host Dustin Brohm, and both of us are proud members of the Industry Syndicate Media Network. Additional podcasts are available at industrysyndicate.com and mindshare101.com. This week's episode is sponsored by Kits Keep in Touch Systems. This is episode 45.
What's up, guys? I'm here with David Greenspan, who's north of the border right now, and it's Thanksgiving. I appreciate you being with us on Canadian Thanksgiving. Greenspan, welcome to the Massive Agent podcast, my friend.
Buddy, I am always honored to be here with you. I love chatting with you. I'm going to dual purpose this for the MindShare podcast today as well, so I'm really excited about it. And although it is Thanksgiving, we got things to do. So thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, always something to do.
Always
no doubt
something
about
to
that.
do, man. It's keeping busy, right? But I think that's a big part of it, though, right? Is we've got to keep ourselves busy. You got to plan ahead. You got to know where you got to be, what's got to happen in the next few days. And that means, sort of looking at it beforehand and, well, get her done.
Yeah. And don't you enjoy it to a certain extent? I mean, I feel like I'm pulled in so many different directions, but whenever I have downtime, I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like, I feel like I should be doing 3 different things. I don't know. I love it.
You just nailed it, though. And that's a big deal, right? It's when I'm sitting there doing nothing, I know I should be doing something. And there's going to be a lot of people that sit back and go, well, hang on a second here, though. I need my downtime, or I want to go relax, or I do this so I can spend time with family. And like, that is all good. I am with you. And so am I. That being said, my question to everybody there is, are you there yet? And there
Right.
is going to be different for everybody listening, but are you there yet? And if you're not there yet, what are you doing to get there? Now, part of, and I'll take this to north of the border right now for Thanksgiving, and anybody who's going to celebrate Thanksgiving down with you guys shortly, there could be, today I did plan to spend time with family and do absolutely nothing. There could also be, I am not where I want to be yet, and so therefore I've got to do certain things today to make that happen. And quite frankly, for me, that's exactly it. Trust me, I am absolutely pumped, jacked, and happy with where I am. I am not yet where I am going, right? So now it's just a matter of what do I have to do today to help me get there?
Yeah. And so today when we started this, what's funny is before we started recording, we're like, what should we talk about? We're like, I don't know. Let's just talk. I think the direction that I want to start out with is, look, there's so many different ways that you can build a real estate business and you can get more clients in the door. There's so many different ways to do it. And honestly, everything works. Everything works. It's just, is it the best use of time? Is it the best use of money? Is it the best thing for you and what you want to be doing and what you're good at? So look, man, you and I, like, we're doing stuff that we really enjoy doing. We were talking beforehand about some of our travels and speaking at this conference and that one, and that stuff's fun. But like, I really don't think people, or let me rephrase it. It's sad to me when people choose marketing strategies or business strategies that they just hate doing because it pays the bills, when they could be doing something they enjoy and paying the bills. It just takes some time to get that shit going.
Oh, absolutely, man. And I think, it's funny. You say sad, I say angry. Like, it makes me angry when I watch and like, I mean, everybody listening, take that with all the love in the world, right? But you watch people make these decisions, and I've used this line before, the roller coaster of marketing ideas, right?
Oh yeah.
And you and I were fortunate.
Like Tom Ferry's Instagram feed.
Okay. So like, like he drop it. He did it. It's right there. The thing though is, like, we are fortunate. We are doing the things that we love, being able to speak and podcast and video. And ultimately, when you really boil that down, we're out there just helping people.
Yeah.
And that's what we really enjoy doing. And so while we're doing that, we do get exposed to a lot of different ideas and a lot of different speakers and a lot of different presentations. And, when I'm looking at the audiences there, it's amazing where a lot of the people in the audience will go, oh my God, yeah, he or she said that. I've got to go do it. Are you going to do it? Yeah, I'm going to do it. Great. I'm going to do it too. And they leave, and one of two things happens. They either go and do it without any rhyme or reason as to why. They just, within a 60-minute period of time, decided, like, this is what I'm doing, which to me doesn't have enough strategy.
Right.
or they leave and they forget all about what they just learned and they don't do anything anyways. And so I believe that
Exactly.
it leads to, your sort of three different types of realtors. You've got, the organized realtor, you've got the chaotic realtor, and you've got the bookworm. And the bookworm's always going to do all the study and everything else and just never pull the trigger. The chaotic realtor's probably going to be out there making a bunch of money, but running like a chicken with their head cut off, right? So they're spending a lot of money, they're spending a lot of time. There is no consistent strategy. And
Hmm.
then ultimately, where I'd like to see everybody go is be the organized realtor, right? Again, timing and knowing what you have to do and knowing when you can take time to sit around and do nothing, knowing when you have to pick up your socks and get the stuff done. But it is kind of disappointing though to see how many people will go out and spend a lot of money without any rhyme or reason as to why they're doing it. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, it falls on marketing because marketing costs money.
Right.
So now you go ROI,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Exactly. It's I don't know, man. Like I know what it's like to be in that seat at a conference or listening to some new podcast or wherever you hear some new idea that's completely like not synergistic with what you're currently doing. It's a completely new thing and you're like, "Oh my God, this is what I've been looking for. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this thing." And then but it fizzles out over time, just like you said, for a bunch of different reasons. Human nature is the biggest reason. But here's the thing, uh, you can find you in order to be consistent and organized and all that stuff that you just said, you've got to enjoy it. You have to be doing something you like. So I was that person. I was that agent. And even before I got into real estate, like I would go to these real estate investor conferences and like, okay, I'm going to be a flipper now. Oh no, I'm not going to flip. I'm going to wholesale. Oh no, I better like start my own assisted living facility. Oh, maybe I should get into managing apartment complexes. And I would jump around all this shit. And it wasn't until I found something that I enjoyed that I actually just stuck with it and stayed consistent. I really feel, Greenspan, that finding something you enjoy and look, it doesn't have to be your number one love in the world, nor should it be, but something that you enjoy doing on an ongoing basis. That's the frickin' key to everything. You can't be consistent for long enough to win if you're jumping around to different ideas and different strategies, and 30 days later you're like, oh, I spent $100 on Facebook ads and I didn't make any adjustments at all because I never bothered to learn how, and Facebook ads don't work. Okay, so I'll go over here and pay Zillow. Oh God, they're taking $1,200 a month. Oh, I don't have any money to do anything else. It's
You
just
know what?
crazy.
But and it's so true, right? And I mean, I've been having these conversations a lot lately, and it could be part and parcel of the fact that we started the MindShare Challenge last week, which is that 8-week training program that I host, and I mean, a lot of it was about consistency and planning and time management. I go deep into stuff like grateful journals and vision boards, and there's a lot of people that roll their eyes and start to chuckle at that stuff. But I am going to say this: is that to find something you love, I want to believe that everybody in this business that's doing whatever they're doing does love it. And don't get me wrong, there's going to be shitty days. There's going to be days that suck. There's going to be days that suck the life out of you and the frustrations and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, though, yeah, if you don't love it, get the hell out and go find something you do. I mean, yeah, and it's not my number one love. My number one love is my wife and kids. My number two love is my big Harley Davidson, right? And you
Yep.
could put hockey right next to that one. I mean, outside of getting on stage and speaking and helping people and doing all that stuff, and I say that, I don't say that as a sidebar. I'm genuine about that as well. That said, being there now comes back to that idea of being consistent. And I brought this up, actually. I did a live to my coaching group this morning just before we jumped on. And I talked about that around consistency and honesty, right? And this comes back to being consistent for yourself, being honest for yourself, to yourself, with yourself, and how you do that on a regular. And it's amazing. Dustin, picture climbing a mountain. Okay, we're at the bottom of the mountain right now, and we look up to the top, and it's like Mount Everest. Okay, this thing's huge. You're
Mm-hmm.
gonna get up that thing in a day? There's no
No.
way. So you look at it and you go, this is hard. And you don't even have to be at the bottom, at the base of that mountain right now to go, dude, that sounds hard, right? Got it.
Mm-hmm.
That's normal. That's logical. Well, now I bring up something and I say, like, be consistent. Do you think that's hard? And most people don't even think hard or easy. People just go consistent. Yeah, got it. Consistent. Yeah, consistent.
Mm-hmm. And there's a
Nobody
lot of people rolling their eyes right now because they're like, "Oh, I know."
Right, I know, right? But
But then they're not.
Right, and that's the thing, is that's where you've got to have a real life look in the mirror with yourself. And again, how many more people just rolled their eyes when I mentioned gratefulness and vision boards? Okay,
Plenty.
seriously, plenty.
Yep.
And I'm with you, but I'm going to say something. Consistency has got to be the hardest thing that we do in life. Consistently, you can have a habit that is good, you can have a habit that is bad. Either way you slice it, you are consistent about doing something. Now, try to change that habit. What does it take? It takes breaking or doing something else consistently. That's all it is. But we all know, and everybody listening right now, and I can't see you, and I don't know what your problems are, and I don't know what's going on in your mind, but you know you've got that habit that you'd like to break. You know you had that habit maybe that you did break. What does it take? It takes consistency. So
you hold on one sec, because you said
yeah.
something amazing, that whether you realize it or not, you're being consistent with something.
Yeah.
And usually that's a negative. You're consistent with not being consistent. You're consistent with jumping from one idea or one strategy or one business or one whatever to another every week, every month, and you never see any success. You consistently do that, or you consistently doubt yourself. You consistently tell yourself that you have no business doing videos on YouTube, or whatever it is. You're right. We're all consistent doing certain things. It's time to pick what we're consistent at and make sure that it's freaking positive and empowering.
Okay, so now let's come back to this. Okay, let's use ourselves as perfect examples, and I'm not going to put us on any pedestal in any way. This is not meant to be that.
Will you put me on one? I mean, it's
Dustin,
my show. It's the least
you know
do.
what? I'm taking myself out of the mix. Dustin, you are the man, bro. But no, but I'm going to be serious with you too, bro. Realistically, I look up to you, right? I look at all the stuff you've been doing over this past, year, 2 years we've known each other, and I've been watching you and following you, and we're right there sort of next to each other, doing it together, let's say. You drive me to be better, right? And that's all of our crew, the entire Industry Syndicate. When we start to look at the people that we are surrounding ourselves with, that is part of it, is being driven by people to do better. And so it does not allow me to sit back and go, well, I can't. Like when Fraser called me back in December 2018 and said, dude, get your podcast started. Here's why. And you got to have it done in the next week. I went, are you crazy? And I've told you that story before.
Mm-hmm.
Here I am now, though. Okay, let's fast forward. The MindShare podcast, this is episode number 45 now. For you, I believe, what did I see? 95, 99, something like that?
Yeah, this is 95.
Dude, that's consistency right there. Now,
no doubt.
Have you got followers and listeners?
Couple.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Why? Well, not because we came up with a podcast, because we've been consistent about executing on a podcast.
For sure.
My videos, I think I put out number 177 today. Okay. The MindShare 101 rants, like not my lives and all that podcast, but like my rants, my short little things. 177 for 177 straight weeks. I've put a video out. And I want everybody to know
awesome,
something,
man.
Dude, it's awesome. But here's what I'm trying to say. This is not look at me. This is the only reason that has happened, is because of consistency, because I've dedicated myself to the process. Now, when we go back to stuff we talked about prior to getting on air here, is you start to look at what are the things that are happening in my world. And that's not for let's say right now's convo like it was a few moments ago, but what are the things happening in my world that are helping me grow right now? Why are they happening? I believe because I have been consistent with executing on my videos. I have been consistent with executing on my podcast. I have been consistent about wanting to get out there and help people. And somehow things are consistently coming my direction. It doesn't mean everything works and everything is a success and I make lots and lots of money. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying things are happening because I'm consistent about it.
Yeah.
Right now,
it's magic. It really is.
It is, dude. And that's the vision board, the Grateful Journal. And I'm going to say this too. It's that thing of this, so everybody knows. You think I want to be here at the office right now on Thanksgiving up in Canada? No, absolutely not. You think I wanted to plan my schedule last night after a stuffed with turkey and I felt like I wanted to roll over? You think I wanted to sit down on my computer and get my schedule organized for today? No. But because of the consistency, things continue to happen. It is the hardest thing in the world, dude. It is so hard to be consistent, but you can get consistent at eating well and working out. Hey, you're going to have the look and the figure that you want when you look in the mirror. Be consistent about working hard. At some point, you're going to get the things that you want in life.
Well, let's do this because we've been kind of talking high level here about consistency, and a lot of people listening are like, awesome, what the hell should I be consistent doing? What
Hmm.
should I be doing?
Okay.
And on every episode I give some sort of idea or strategy or more perspective or clarity on the content marketing strategy that I recommend for agents. Becoming known locally. You have to be found online, you have to be found locally, you have to be found and known everywhere, and that's the key. And the way to do that is through content. But what do you think? Because you're up in Toronto and you coach a bunch of agents up there, and I'm sure there's some differences between Canadian real estate and Canadians and Americans in general. I know there's differences, as there should be. It'd be weird if there wasn't.
Hmm.
Um,
I mean, the way you say about, I say about, you guys say about.
no, you say a boot. You say a boot, and I say about like a
You
normal
see?
person. You say a boot and a, and I say about and
Uh-huh.
hey, well,
Uh-huh. You're
yeah,
welcome. No, it's called you're welcome. Uh-huh. No, I'm joking.
America, America.
Yeah, right. It's okay. Here's the thing then. Sorry, I
I
cut
didn't
you
even
off there.
finish my
I know.
question, but you're totally picking up what I'm putting down. So run with it, my friend.
I'm with you though. And here's the
Yeah,
thing. So when you look at that, and I'm going to say some of the things that I would tell people is this job, this world that we work in, it's about building relationships. Get out there and be known as the local neighborhood expert. Absolutely. Now, when people know you as that expert and they actually connect with you, are you genuine about wanting to connect with people? Right? Are you
yes,
genuine about wanting to help them? Are you actually smiling the same way they saw you in your marketing? Are you that girl or that guy that they saw that they think they were going to connect with? Because if you're not, if you're the my shit don't stink type of person, well, guess what? You're not getting the reciprocity. You're not getting the referrals down the road. You may not even get as much business as you should be.
right.
So
So this
again,
is a whole other level to consistency. A whole
well,
other,
this
yeah,
comes back to what you said too about digging deeper, right? So
yeah, yeah,
now we talk relationship rather than trying to get out there every single day and buy and sell a house, because that's not what people do here. They help people buy and sell houses. So now what they're doing is they're going out and they're trying to build relationships. And so here, from a consistency perspective and building relationships perspective, here's what I would suggest to everybody every day. You're getting out there, you're trying to build mindshare, okay? And building mindshare means connecting with people. So let's break this down. What kind of things should I be doing every single day consistently that will help me be known more, that I can leverage, okay? And
yes,
this is too simple, yet most people don't do it. And
right.
so I encourage everybody here, don't be most people. But you talk about lead gen, Facebook, Google, prospecting, door knocking, I don't care how you do it. You can go out there and you can pay for it. But what if you just went out and every single day of your life, every single day, one person, you meet one person, that's 365 new people in your database a year. Think about
Hmm.
the relationship or the connection point you just made when you physically in person met them. So I get people that go, so what are you saying? I should just go and talk to people? I'm kind of shy and quiet. All right, get over that. You've got to get past that because people need to see you as somebody that is outgoing. That's, not outgoing that you stand on a table and start screaming and yelling, but I mean, just when you get to the table for me, representing me, you better be the animal I need, right? Marketing and negotiating. And I mean, that's what you do, right? You've got to
Absolutely.
be there. You got to win. So I've got to see that from you when I first meet you, but it's not that you go, I'm a hustler, I'm a grinder. Here's what I do for business. No, 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 no. We could talk sports. We could talk family. We could talk health. We could talk Thanksgiving. We could talk pumpkins. I don't care what you want to talk about.
Ooh, can we
Just
please talk pumpkins?
but do you know
Let's
what I
do
mean,
that.
man? Like don't have your head buried in
Yes,
the phone. So when you're out there, meet somebody new. Okay.
yes.
The next thing is social media. There's a lot of people that say, oh, I don't want to be on social media, or I didn't grow up with social media, or I know everything there is to know about social media. Okay, cool. Here's how simple it is. Get out there and engage with people every day. Minimum 5 to 10 posts a day. Just like them, comment on them, engage with them, be genuine about it.
You're not saying post 5 to 10 times a day. You're
No,
saying engage with.
engage. Just communicate,
Yeah.
converse. This is like going to sit at a coffee shop all day, okay? But in the coffee shop, you might only have 50, 60, 100 people. On social media, you got thousands. It is too easy to get engaged in conversation. And what does it mean? Is it income producing? No, you're not going to get a deal just because you engaged today or you liked somebody's freaking post.
Hmm.
What you're going to get, though, is mindshare. You're going to get likability. You're going to get the fact that people know who you are. And potentially down the road, as you do more and you converse more and you talk more about sports and pumpkins and God knows whatever else, At some point, somebody goes, "Hey, Dustin, could I bend your ear on something for a moment?" Oh, yeah, sure, absolutely. What's up? What can I help you with? They all of a sudden feel something, and that could happen a year, 2, 3 years later. So with social media, just get engaged. The other thing is, I will say, post something on social, and don't post 5, 10 times a day. Post once a
Right.
day if you want to. Post a few times a week if you're comfortable with that. But
Yeah.
post something, because if you're not posting and putting stuff out there, people can't engage with you, right?
Correct.
So just get yourself out there.
As long as you're not posting listing flyers on
Oh my
Instagram.
God, enough. I don't care for your listings and your open houses. Sorry, everybody. I don't mean to be a letdown here, but I don't care for it. I
Yeah.
don't. I really don't. What I care about is your dog. I care
Yeah.
about the pumpkin that you carved. I care about the sunset picture. You know what I mean? Date night. Like, these are the things. I mean, it was mine and Jen's anniversary the other day, and we posted a photo just of us at the restaurant, and like a photo of the restaurant, whatever. Cool. Over 200 and something, likes and comments and this and that. That's engagement.
Yes.
Okay, that's all it is. It's engagement. You don't
Right.
get that by just being in a coffee shop. So you've got
No.
the meet new people, get engaged on social media, post something on social media, and then finally make sure you're calling. And this is the biggest thing, Dustin. And I don't know, you could share about this too down there, but I do not see enough agents out there calling their database. They want to prospect, they want to lead
Oh, no
gen, but
one does.
nope. Why? But 70, 90% of their business comes from that.
Mm-hmm.
So why aren't they posting? Why aren't they calling people? Hey, what's up? What do I say? What do I say? Uh, Hi, how are you? How's things? I mean, it is too easy to strike up conversation.
Yeah.
So get out there and make those phone calls. Now,
Yeah. Just a quick check-in. Don't ask for anything. Don't ask for a
nothing.
frickin'
Zero,
referral.
dude.
Don't ask for a
Zero.
frickin'
No.
referral.
Hey,
Just say,
Dustin,
hey, what's up?
wanted to check in, see how the family's doing. Oh, that's great. By the way, I've got a property listed down the street.
Oh,
Like, the
Jesus.
next time I
Yeah.
call, you're not even going to pick up my phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So make your calls, do your social media, go and meet somebody new. These are the things, and tying this all back together. Now, Dustin, sorry, behaviorally, like, this is the stuff that you want to do that, through consistency.
100%. And it's important to, so look, I know a lot of people just don't have phone numbers for their sphere. I don't have phone numbers for a lot of my sphere because usually we converse through Facebook Messenger or Instagram DM or something like that. Cool. Okay. If you don't have their phone number, well, because I've had questions before. How do I call people if I don't have their phone number? Well, you can't. So how do you normally communicate with them? Do that. But so send them a Facebook message, send them an Instagram DM, just out of the blue. Be like, hey, what's up? I was driving through your neighborhood, just thought of you. Hope you're doing well.
That's
That's it.
it.
That's
That's it.
And then when they respond, don't think, okay, well, now that I didn't mention real estate the first time, now I'm gonna fucking get it.
No,
Like, no,
no,
just don't. Just
no.
don't.
This is the thing, though. Now, if you make that phone call, you make that touch point, say 3, 4 times a year, and I'm talking not the social media touch point. I'm talking the real human being, the text message, the phone call. Maybe you saw them. That's the real one-to-one. Because remember, in the social media platform, I can be speaking to you, but I know that there's a lot of other people that can be engaged in that same conversation. Whereas when it comes to making that phone call or seeing you, we have now spent different time together that there's nobody else involved in. And that, I don't care what anybody says, that strikes a chord in people's, minds and their hearts.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean business.
Right.
And being
Yeah.
the Canadian that I am and loving hockey the way I do, if you don't shoot, you can't score. Well, if you've got a 10% scoring rate, you only take 10 shots, you're only getting a goal. But if you take 100 shots, you're getting 10 goals. Take that and spin it however you want it. You see where I'm going, though? This is
Totally.
about getting out there and connecting with people. Now, here's something that was interesting, Dustin. I had found this a little while back, and I shared this with my group as well today. So I just playing off of where we're at. In quotes, okay? Behaviorally, consistency means checking in on each other on a regular basis, being there when you are needed, and having a sense of commitment to the process of a relationship, getting to know each other and being with each other. Integral to consistency is honesty. I found that interesting because, again, it comes back to, why are you honestly there? Why are you honestly connecting with me? What are you really doing? How do you run your biz? But if you can be on time and you can be there for me, you could be my trusted advisor, you could talk to me about sports and everything else. Well, at some point, you're probably, what I like to coin the term is like path of least resistance. You've made it easier for people to connect with you.
Yes.
That's all. Now,
Right.
it's up to them if they want to connect with you on business or not.
Yeah.
But you've done it a lot easier. Now, be consistent about that and you will win more.
Yes. And so I want to dive a little deeper on something you mentioned earlier, the different meaning of consistency. Like, are you the same person online as you are offline? Are you like, when people see your marketing and then meet you in real life, are you consistent? Are they getting what they thought they would be getting? This is so important.
It's
So
huge.
first off, if you aren't visible anywhere in your profile photos or in your photo album on whatever network it is, if people don't know what you look like, they're going to assume you're a serial killer. They're going to assume that you're freaking Quasimodo. They're going to assume that you're the Elephant Man. So you need to be seen, because then if people have a certain expectation of you, let's just play this out here. They, because of all your posts, they haven't really seen you. They start to, in their mind's eye, come up with what they think you look like, and then they meet with you and you look completely different. That's not good. Okay,
No.
that surprises people if you're trying to win them over psychologically. And so if all of a sudden they're like, "Oh my God, I wasn't expecting this," and hopefully it's a good thing, but usually it's not. Or even if it's just like a different thing, that's not good. Okay, that's, people were not expecting that, and they're like, it's just weird. So
Yeah,
have
it's like you've got the picture with
visible
the Lamborghini all the time, and all of a sudden you show up and you're like, and
your Corolla.
whatever.
Yeah,
I mean, not to knock the Corolla. I was going to point what out, but I'm like, you're not in your Lamborghini, let's say, or you don't even have one. Yeah, who are you, right?
yeah, right. Yeah, and if you're hilarious in person and you have this great personality, you should probably show that through videos, through Instagram stories. If you write, try to like get your personality into it so that they don't think you're some buttoned up professional and all analytical, and then they meet you in person and you're like this goofball with this big personality. Like, that's not good.
Oh,
So
I love that. Sorry,
yeah,
I just
hit it.
social media. Okay, big, easy, free platform. It is powerful. I mean, I don't even think we have to convince people of that, and everybody should know that. It's too easy to click the button. Okay, so I really want to encourage everybody here: get involved in social, but don't just get involved where you're stalking us, where you're just following. And I say us as like the everybody out there, following and not really doing anything. Here's the deal: when it comes to posting on social, you've got to be involved. Okay,
Yes.
once you're involved, if you want to take another level of it and have some ads going and have some people helping you with that, that's fine. You've got to be involved. And so to Dustin, what you were just saying is, when I look at it, all of my content, and I put myself in this shoes just as an example here, all of my content is me. I'm writing it, I'm posting it, I'm putting it there. Why? Because there's not a soul in this office, as much as they understand me and they understand the way I talk and everything else. My team is not me. And so with all of
Right,
that, it's
exactly.
important that everybody understands, right, that it's got to be my words. And this just plays to what you just said, right, is now you're going to know who I am. So on my social and everything else I do, you're going to know exactly who I am. And just trying to, I guess, play off of what you just mentioned there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny. So my son is off school this week for fall break, and you can probably hear it because my mic's super sensitive. They're up there. Yeah,
But that's real life, dude.
it's real life. My rock star wife is definitely earning that title at the moment with him.
Well, I
And
better say the same thing. My kids are at home with my rockstar wife as well. So just you're gonna get me in trouble, dude, if I don't.
I'll make sure I tag her in this when I post this so that she's cool, man. I mean, we could talk for another hour about this.
Oh, easily.
Yeah. But it's Thanksgiving up there in Canada. I want to get you back to your family and get you back to, doing what you need to do at the office. You can head home. At the end of every show, we ask some rapid fire questions to help help get to know you a little better. They're either or questions. So pick one or the other. You don't need to elaborate. We'll jump into it. And then at the very end, I'm going to ask you for an app recommendation. Just any app. It doesn't have to be real estate or business related.
Mm-hmm.
Some app that you're obsessed with right now, because people love downloading new apps.
Cool.
That's for sure. All right. Facebook or Instagram?
Facebook.
Instagram or LinkedIn?
Instagram.
Books or podcasts?
Can I say audiobooks?
You may. I'll allow it.
I like podcasts too, though. Don't get me wrong. I think it's just, for me, I guess it's listening. So it's like I'll say that audiobooks and podcasts versus like paperback books.
Nice. iPhone or Android?
Android.
Jesus. Oh boy. Alexa or Google Home?
Neither.
Oh, you don't have either?
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
fine. There's two
I'm
strikes.
still, listen, I'm still getting around this whole thing of, literally opening my door and saying, yeah, go ahead and listen to every single thing that goes on in my house.
Oh, that ship has sailed. It's creepy, but
I know, dude.
whatever.
I know.
It's bad
It's
news.
like when you see your phone light up and it's like, yeah, what was that? And you're like, what? Go back to bed.
Siri, earplugs,
Oh my
earmuffs.
God. We've got like 3 different ones on the Android between Bixby and God knows whatever else.
What the hell's Bixby?
You know what? I don't even use it, but I know every time I click the button by accident, I swipe like right too many times, like it comes up. I'm like, go to bed. I don't want you.
Bixby?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, don't get me started.
Jeez. Don't get me started.
Hey, listen, the Mac, the X button's on the wrong side. Let's just put exclamation point right there, okay?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that was a little learning curve. All right, burgers or pizza?
Pizza.
New York or LA?
Ooh, Toronto.
Brother. Toronto or Vancouver?
Oh man, you know what? I'm from the 6. I love T dot. Vancouver though is definitely the most beautiful city in this entire country.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
man. They got everything. If you
I
haven't
don't
been up there.
understand this 6 T dot thing you just said.
The 6. So we've got this is all the slang. T dot is Toronto, so T dot O. The 6, like the area code's 416. It's the 6. Don't you guys follow Drake at all? Like the Raptors? You remember? Hey, does everybody know the Raptors? They won the NBA Finals.
Kind of forgot about them.
Just saying.
Kind of forgot about them since the NBA kind of sold out to China, and that's all anyone talks about. Yeah, that's not weird or creepy at all. No. Baseball or football?
Baseball.
Baseball or hockey?
Hockey.
It's a stupid question, isn't it?
No, you know what? Not in my family. Joshua
Okay.
plays a lot of rep ball. I played rep ball growing up. He plays rep hockey. I played rep hockey. And seriously, when it comes to summertime, we are really, really attached to our baseball.
Love it.
Yeah.
Do you like baseball or basketball?
Is this watching or playing?
Yes, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd rather play baseball, and I think that basketball's a lot of fun to watch. I like them both.
Okay, fair enough. Mountains or beach?
Mountains.
Harley or Indian?
Harley.
I don't know any other motorcycle
I was about to say I
so-
don't really know, like Indian. What? No, there's only Harleys. No, I'm joking. But
like I literally don't know any others, so I'm glad you didn't go further with that because I wouldn't have been able to hang.
There's nothing else beyond my Harley.
Are we in a bubble, a real estate bubble, or not?
No.
Not even in Toronto, huh?
No, I think that we've got across the country, we've got some different things happening with the market right now with respect to different provinces and just their own housing markets. But overall,
Sure.
I think that bubble's kind of, I don't think so.
Okay. Podcast or vlog?
Podcast.
YouTube or Facebook Live?
Facebook Live.
Uber or Lyft?
I drive myself.
On your Harley. Gary V or Grant Cardone?
Oh, Grant Cardone right now.
Really?
He's a beast, man. He's a beast. You know what? But I mean, there's a tough one, Dustin. Like they're both really awesome. They both deliver a lot of great content.
Sure.
And it's not a knock on either one of them or like a knock on Gary when I say Grant. I just, you bring it up. So I just finished reading Obsessed by Grant Cardone. I've read 10 times by Grant Cardone. I've read Crushing It. I've read, Jab Jab, whatever. There's something about Grant that he's too brash for a lot of people. I think he's a freaking animal though. And there's a lot, if you really give him the chance to listen, and you will pick up a ton of great nuggets, whether you can handle some of the shit that he says or not.
Right. Fair enough. Fair enough. And then give us an app recommendation. Which app are you obsessed with right now?
There's 2. Okay. I'm going to go down that road right now. Number 1 is Audible. Absolutely obsessed with Audible. If everybody does not have Audible, go get Audible. And this comes back to your, podcasting versus books and this and that. You can listen on the go versus vlogs, right? Like you can listen on the go anywhere, anytime. You don't have to focus on the screen. You don't have to open up a book. You can literally listen to it. I pump through like books in a week. So it's absolutely amazing. The other app that I'm going to tell everybody that I'm absolutely obsessed with, that everybody has to get right now, go right now to the Google Play Store, go right now to your Apple Store, whatever store you want to go to, and go get the Industry Syndicate app. Yeah, that's
Yes.
definitely right there at the top of the list.
Yes, the first and only podcast app for real estate agents and loan officers and the industry. It's awesome.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I mean, isn't that what the Industry Syndicate keeps doing, though, right?
That's right.
And I mean, we're
That's right.
repping it up here. Obviously, but we rep it up here in Canada. And I mean, it's getting even more traction, which is really exciting. And just people, when they hear about it or they see it, they recognize it, right? Because I mean, I'm always out there touting it. It's all, on all my presentations and all that stuff. Like, people are noticing it, right? And there's definitely a movement happening with this.
No doubt. And it's just getting started. It's we're starting to realize just how needed one central authority, or not authority. That sounds like Apple or China or some shit. No, one central authority. God, I said it again.
You just corrected yourself to correct yourself.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
No, but it's a central place that people can go and get the value and the information they require to help.
Because you get asked all the time, right? Like, where do we find the best? Like, where can I find more shows like yours? And what other podcasts should I listen to? Industry Syndicate. Go get the app right now. Good stuff. Greenspan, I appreciate it. Guys, go listen to the MindShare 101 podcast, a member show of the Industry Syndicate, and check out, what's your website? MindShare101.com?
You got it, man.
Awesome. And then how can they connect with you on social?
Yeah, find me on Facebook at MindShare 101. You can find me on Instagram at David Greenspan 101. There's a little background story to that, but I won't share it right now. You can check out MindShare101.com, and through there, you'll definitely be able to get a hold of me. I'm just going to leave these parting words right here, is that for everybody that's listened to today's episode, for anybody that listens to any podcast through the Industry Syndicate and or anywhere else, through the books you read, through the speakers you listen to, it is one thing to be inspired. That is great. It is another thing for you to take action. That is the difference between the inspiration that you got and what you actually do with it, is that you take action. So make sure you get out there and make it happen. And don't forget to be building MindShare.
Perfect. Thanks, buddy. David Greenspan, everybody. Thanks for being on the show today. Go enjoy your Canadian Thanksgiving.
Dustin, thank you for having me on, and thank you for joining me on the MindShare podcast. This has been good, buddy.
You bet, man. Talk soon.
Take care. You're either listening to this on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, or Spotify. Or maybe you went to industrysyndicate.com or even mindshare101.com. Wherever you like to consume your content, please rate, review, and subscribe. And if you haven't yet, connect with me on Facebook at MindShare101 and on Instagram at David Greenspan 101. This has been another episode of the MindShare podcast, co-branded today with Dustin Brohm of the Massive Agent podcast. Thank you, everyone, for listening.